YouTube? It's your boy Coffee Bill back for another video. Got a couple updates I'm going to go over with you guys. I'm pretty excited about. The first one's going to be, for those of you guys that don't follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, went ahead and threw my DIY bumper exit headers on the Prelude that I made myself. So asked the tuner if it was good to go to put them on. He said yeah, wouldn't make the car run weird or anything. As you guys see in the last video, it's running pretty good in those runs. So I'll give you guys a quick look. People that haven't seen it yet, nothing special, just some eBay headers that I chopped down at the flange here, and everything else is just some piping that I had laying around at the house. So cut it and welded it up, got it going through the bumper here, made a little plate for it. So car's been running pretty good with that. Another thing is, happened to come up on this H23 block, so spare block. Homie told me it was had rod knock, but I actually went through it, looked through all the bearings. The bearings are good, and the only thing I found was the oil pump was actually blown. It had the oil pump gear was shattered. I actually have it over here real quick so you guys can get a quick look at it. Right there. So yeah, it was shattered pretty good. So I do plan to go through the block again, open it up, clean it out, you know, clean it up the best I can before throwing it in the car, because the plan for this block is nitrous. So if I can throw some nitrous at this one while I pull this motor out of the car over here and build it for boost, that would be my main goal for the next year, 2023 year. So yeah guys, that's gonna be a big thing for next year, is nitrous and turbo. So be looking out for that. And main goal for today's video is going to be to get this transmission right here taken apart. Pretty sure the diff is damaged, so I'm gonna bust this open. Might throw it on a time lapse, I don't know. I'm gonna try to explain how to get this transmission apart, because I know a lot of people don't know. So I feel like it would be good to go over, good for the video. So I got everything laid out here that I'm gonna need, and if I don't need, it's gonna be in here. But yeah, I'm gonna bust this transmission open and we're gonna get working on that. And then another thing is, I got the homie's intake right here, so I'm gonna be porting up his intake, stock B18C intake. And then I also have another bottom half for H series that I'm gonna be doing too, so that'll probably be in a video coming up as well, so look out for that. So yeah, I'm gonna get this camera set up in a good spot to take apart this trans, and we'll get this bad boy popped open. All right guys, so we're gonna get started in cracking this transmission open. One of the first things you want to do is get yourself a nice table. I got two 6x2s underneath each side of the trans, just to clear for the shaft underneath. Next thing is, you're gonna want to take off the cover for the shift selector, and you're gonna pop everything out of there, take this out, and then from there you're gonna take off all the 12s around the case, and then we'll be able to pop everything else off, get the snap ring from inside here, pop this top piece off, and inspect what happened to the diff. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna need a 10 to take this off, and that's gonna be that. Get that started real quick. Grab my 10. Bust all these loose. So this is probably my 4th, 5th time taking apart an H series transmission. So I know how to do it pretty well now. Kind of like riding a bike, you know, once you do it once, you don't forget it. So once those 4 are off, this is pretty much loose, so we'll tap this. supposed to have a rubber mallet, but I don't have one, so if you tap it light enough with a regular hammer, you can get the job done. So that comes off. The cap to the shift selectors. Inside here, you're gonna have this 12 with a little pin in here that kind of holds it so it can't move. So you need a flathead screwdriver. I gotta grab a smaller one because I only have a big one right here. So get yourself a flathead screwdriver. Little pin right here. You don't want to get inside that. Pry it open. Get your tools back in their spot, because I have a big problem with organization, so it's a good thing I'm working on is organization right now while I'm working on things, because without organization it can be a mess, man. It can be a real mess. Alright, so once you move this little pin clip out of the way so this doesn't move while it's in rotation, you can put this 12 on here, loosen that, take that bad guy off of there. Pull that out. After you pull that out, that 12, the shift selector will come out. And also this stuff comes out. Put this, the 12, it goes in here, back in here, so you don't lose it. Slide this over here. Actually, take this back out real quick. Slide that back over its spot. Put that 12 back in there. Get that out of the way. So that's out of the way. Gotta get this piece here out. I'm supposed to take this out. I don't want to take it out, but I might have to because it's a tight fit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that out. So I need to grab, pretty sure it's this one. Good. Ah, man. It looks like they have this RTV'd in there, so it's actually stuck on there pretty good. And this isn't actually, I should have made a jig to where I can bolt this down into the table so it won't spin, but we're gonna try to do it. Whew. Got it. That boy was on there good. But I think they had an RTV on there. After I get this pin out of the way, get this out of the way. so hard to work when your hands are freezing. I don't like wearing gloves because it kind of lose the feeling of what I'm working on. So bare hands is the best for me. All right, that's down far enough to get this out of the way. Now, put this over here with that guy. So, and I actually took out the detent springs prior to this recording this clip, so the little balls fell out. So these are your balls that will keep your springs in place for your gears when you're changing gears. So that's that. So now we got this off. So now we can move to the surrounding 12s around the outer case. Crack all these loose. I have no, this is not stationary on here. It's not bolted down or anything, so I'm kind of using my arm as a torque bar, if you say it like that. That one was on there pretty well. Yeah, if you're doing this, definitely best to have it held down or have an extra buddy to have you hold it, but this is what I got. Alright, almost all the way around. Whew. More. Alright, so we got all those. Next thing you're gonna want to do, you got two 14s here. Gonna want to bust those bad boys off. I think for those, I'll probably use the air impact. Should have aired up the compressor all the way. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to air up the compressor real quick and we'll be back. Alright guys, so I actually got that air compressor aired up and I got the rest of the stuff off of the transmission. I thought I was recording it, but I wasn't because my phone had died. The plug to the charger box was barely hanging out, so it didn't get it. But mainly all you need to know is remove all the 12s, these two 14s here, your detent springs. Everything else is optional to take off. These two here, you have your reverse bolt here. After that, you only have to worry about the snap ring. So you'll get a pair of needle nose, or you can have snap ring pliers if you have those. You'll put them in here, and depending on which one you have, if you have needle nose, you'll pry them out and also pry up your casing at the same time so that snap ring can let go of your gear set, which also releases this case up like so. So once I pulled this transmission case up, I found a bunch of metal shavings here, also some over here. So we'll set this down. I'll take you guys off the stand here, and I'll give you guys a look at what I found in the transmission that's damaged. So guys, one thing right off the bat that I can see, just like I thought, the diff is damaged. As you can see right here, has a chip broken off that tooth there. If we come over here, there's tons of metal shavings right here where the magnet's chilling at. So what I'm gonna do next is, you have this reversed selector right here with held in by these two 10s. So I'm gonna remove these two 10s, take out this reverse selector, probably remove the reverse gear, which is here. And then I'll pull out this gear set, check out the gear set, check out the shaft, see if anything's chipped or broken down there, and then we'll pull out the diff and see if there's any more teeth that are damaged or if the bearings damaged on the backside. So get you guys set up in a spot to where you guys can see me pulling this gear set, and we'll get to it. So like I said, we need to pop off these 10s right here, or reverse. So we'll get those loosened up. After we get those loosened up, we'll pop them off with the impact gun real quick. Make things a little quicker. Keep those bolts nearby so you don't lose anything. You can see as I took that out, that reverse selector dropped down. You can pull this out, set it to the side. I like to put my bolts back in the holes where they go so I don't lose them. Set my shift selector over here to the side. Once you got that out, you can grab this reverse gear. Actually, we'll take the gear set out first. So gear set will come out all at one time. So in order to do that, clear some room real quick so we can set it down over here once we get it out. Like I said, guys, the gear set will come out all at one time. Do it right. Like I said, I've done it 4 or 5 times, maybe a couple more. So I have it down pretty well. Could still mess that up though as I'm sitting here talking, so we'll see what happens. Basically just grab it as a whole. Wiggle up until it all comes loose. Bring that out. Set it down. If you know what you're doing, it doesn't really matter. But if you don't know what you're doing, it's your first time, might want to keep it all together. Set the gear set down. as I'm looking at it, I don't see any damage to these gear sets and their shafts. So I'm guessing all the damage is just in the diff, which is what I expected. So let's pull the diff out real quick. Which once you have the gear set out, the diff will just pop up. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that wobbling around or not. That's not supposed to be loose like that. Teeth in here are broke. Oh, we got it. So these ring gear teeth in here are shattered. If you guys can see this, completely shattered out there. That was our issue there. This open diff couldn't handle the launch I did when I left my tuner's house, or his shop. So yeah, guys, definitely blown diff. All right, guys, so let's look into the aftermath of what happened. So what I'm pretty sure happened is the diff blew when I left Freddy Tune's shop after setting up my two-step. This tooth here, you can see there's chipped. And then if we flip it over here, look inside, you can see all these spider teeth inside here. If I can rotate it, see it's kind of locked up, so can't rotate it much, but they're grinded down pretty good in there. Some of them are chipped up, broken all the way off. So the diff is definitely toast. And then once the diff went, it threw a bunch of other stuff around in the trans, broke some stuff here, broke these fins here. So it was all kinds of metal where the magnet goes. Got the magnet right here chilling with the rest of the metal that was in there. So this half of the case is probably going to be trashed. I'm not going to risk using it anymore. Gear set, from what I can see, is good. All the gears are good, but some of the synchros, I mean, need to be replaced. You can see there, third gear synchro, third and fourth gear synchro. Third actually looks better than all the rest of them, but you can see there's fourth. Got fifth there. Come down here, you can see second's pretty chewed up. First, pretty chewed up. So this gear set's probably going to need a synchro replacement. If anything, probably go carbon synchros. So yeah, guys, gear set's good. That half of the casing's good. Diff is completely blown, so we'll get rid of that. Might look into getting an LSD differential for a future down the line. You never know, because like I said, we got the nitrous set up, or we can pull this, build it for turbo. So it would be nice to have an LSD in either one of those. So yeah, guys, it's pretty much all the damage I found in that trans. From here, like I said, we might build it, but I'm not sure. So just glad I got it apart, was able to see what was wrong with it. And big shout out to my homie CTR Ego, or Ego, I don't know which one it is, for selling me the trans for steel. Couldn't found it for a better price. Even for H-Series trans, it's hard enough to find them. So big shout out to you, man. Got my car up and running. Gears are way shorter. Got the cars running a little better. So yeah, big thanks to you, man. So I don't know what the next video is going to be on. Like I said, I might port those intake manifolds over there, and got a lot of things going. I have this Prelude over here that someone brought to me from Fresno. His radiator support's all mashed in, so I'm gonna get this fixed up for him. I welded up this plate here to bolt into the bumper support. And my idea is I'm gonna heat it up in here because it's kind of bent in here. So I'm gonna try to heat it up with the torch and try to pull it out the best I can. This top piece will be spot welded off. I'll take care of all the spot welds. I've done some here. This piece is loose. So once I get this whole radiator support off of this car, I can replace it with the radiator support I have here from one of my old Preludes that I had. Luckily I had cut this off a couple months ago and happened to work out for this guy. So this will be put onto that car, and also doing a wire tuck on it and moving his battery to the back. So I'll probably throw a little video together of me welding up the battery box that I'm gonna make for his trunk relocation, and throw that on the channel as well. Trying to get as much on there as I can. Try to get as many races as I can, but I'm not getting many offers for people to race the Prelude. So I'm gonna keep trying, man, keep getting my name out there. One of the most active Preludes in California racing wise. You guys can prove me wrong. If you know of anybody else that's out there in the Prelude that's getting it like I am, shoot them my way. So I'd love to run them. Other than that, you guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and always I appreciate the support. For the people who stuck around for the whole video, you guys are getting a little bonus clip. Figure there's some people who haven't seen the bumper exit two-step. So I'm gonna set you guys up right here real close to it. Let you guys get a look at this crazy two-step that my tuner set up, Freddy's Tune. So let's get into it, guys. Alright guys, one more bonus clip for the people that stayed for the end of the video. I'm gonna go to my homie Miguel's house right now. He's got a little turbo EG hatch that I'm gonna get a ride in. It's gonna be my first ride in a turbo Honda. So I'm gonna make sure it's cool to record it, and we'll see if we can get that clip in here for you guys. So once I get there, we'll get started on that. Alright guys, here's the car we're riding in right here. 20D EG hatch. Turbo, baby.